means a lot to me. It's one thing to say, you know, I believe. It's another thing to say, I still believe, right? Because it means you've been on a journey, it means you've been somewhere, and you're making a choice, and a decision, making a declaration. If you say we're friends, you know, that's one thing. But if you say, you know, we're still friends, that means you've been maybe on a journey for a long time. And I feel like a lot of us have been friends for a long time, right? Some of you all where we're going, not just where we've been, which we have to remember that too. I'm going to take you back tonight a few times. We're going to climb in the old musical time machine, as it were, and go back. Right now, I want to take you back to 1987, which I realize some of you were not born yet, but some of you were. Some of the people on this stage weren't born yet. That's how far back that was. Not naming any names, but you can tell by looking. So 1987, let's see. What do y'all remember? 1987, Ronald Reagan was the president in the White House in 1987. There's one thing. 1987, gasoline was 89 cents a gallon. How do they make gas for 89 cents a gallon? They do that now. Let's see here. Oh, this is a fun fact. If you're taking notes, there will be a quiz at the end of that. Just kidding. 1987 is the first time Maverick swept into the movie theaters. Okay? Who would have thought 35 years later we would have Maverick again? He's still looking pretty good. Tom was doing all right. But so that was 1987, y'all. That's crazy. I couldn't believe it when I looked that way. Then here's something about 1987 you probably don't know. Maybe some of you do, but 1987 was the year that there was this, we'll say, a hillbilly from Paducah, Kentucky, with his lovely bride at his side, had made his way to Nashville, Tennessee. They had a baby, and he had a heart full of songs and a head full of hair. Yes, I had a mullet. We're just going to go ahead and get that out in the open now. Hey, go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
And, but 1987 is the year I got to make my first album, which was a very, very big deal for me as a kid growing up, loving music and just only dreaming someday that I would get to actually make an album. Now, some of y'all are going, what is that? Like a photo album? What's an album? Well, that's a vinyl disc, a 40, looks like a frisbee looking thing that you put on a record player. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. That's the way we listened to music back in the day of the Stone Age. You know? Just got electricity, and then we got record players. It was really and we would listen to our music that way. And no kidding, the very first single that I sent to Christian radio asking them to play my song was on a 45 RPM little vinyl disc about that big. And I handed it to radio disc jockeys. That disc right there that you're going to see in the picture. And I asked my friends at Christian Radio, would you consider playing this on the air? Because back in those days, if you wanted to stream the latest single of a certain artist, you had to drop the needle on a 45 RPM. You would hear that sound, right? And this is what my first song at radio sounded like. I gotta keep my eyes on Jesus. God is good still, that God is with us still, and He is faithful and true still. And as I look back on this road I've traveled, I see so many times He's carried me through. If there's one thing that I've learned in my Redeemer is faithful and true. Stand on the mountains high, one who's cried like you, wanting so much just to lay down and die. I offer this. We must remember this. We are not alone, yeah. We are not alone, yeah. Keep on looking ahead. Lay your heart not forget. We are not alone, yeah, yeah. We're not alone, yeah. Keep on looking ahead. Lay your heart not forget. We are not alone, yeah. We are not alone, yeah. We are not alone, yeah. No, we are not alone, yeah. Magnificent Savior, Lord, and from the start, this road will not lead to fame. All I really knew for sure was Jesus had called to them. He said, "Come follow me," and they came with reckless abandon. They came. Empty nets lying there at the water's edge. Told a story if you could believe, and none could explain how some crazy fishermen agreed to go where Jesus led, when none thought of the game. For Jesus had conquered by name, and the answer he gave, abandon it all for the sake of the call. No other reason at all, for the sake of the call. Holy, devoted to live and to die, not for the sake of a creed or cause, and not for a dream or a promise, but simply because it is Jesus who calls, and if we will obey, and will answer the voice of we will abandon it all for the sake of the call. No other reason at all, for the sake of the call. Holy, devoted to live and to die, for the sake of the call. For the sake of. By that time, some of you still hadn't even made your entrance into the world yet. But 1992 was it was the year that I had just finished my For the Sake of the Call tour, my first ever tour with a band and all of that. So that was kind of an exciting time. You see, gasoline had climbed to a staggering $1.15 a gallon. And it was a big year for my grandmother. I do recall that because it was the year that I finally, her prayers were answered and I got my hair cut off. Big answer to prayer for Grandma. And then yes, I was on tour. I just finished For the Sake of the Call, that album and that tour. my first one with the band, a picture there with all of my crew at that time. My brother Hoedl was playing bass with me, and my wife Mary Beth was able to come out a lot more in those days. But things were going crazy, getting way beyond what I ever imagined. You got to understand, when I started out 35 plus years ago, that 1987, early humble beginnings, it was just my dream then was just to hopefully be able to feed my family and do what I felt like God had given me this gift to do, and this desire and this passion to just encourage you with these songs that I've written. Never imagining it was gonna, take off and go any of the places that it was even going way back then. Already it had gone beyond what I ever could have imagined, because I was now having to try to figure out how to handle all of this wonderful success and the opportunities that were coming, which again was more than I imagined. And now my family was growing, the career was growing. We now had 3 kids, so now there was a family of 5. You saw that first picture of us with Emily. Now here's what we looked like. And Caleb came along, and then Will Franklin surprised us, and clearly he was very surprised too. You can tell that picture. He's like, what is going on here? These people are crazy. Will was a big surprise. Some of you have heard the story, but this is a true story, because Caleb was only 8 months old, and we weren't even sure if we were kind of standing out in the wide open spaces of God's amazing grace. And that's what I felt like that happened that day for me. And so, because I'm Stephen Curtis Chapman, I bet you can guess what I did. I went out there and I had to write a song about this, right? And this may surprise you, that this was the song after that very dark and heavy day, but amazing day of freedom, that I actually went out and wrote this song. I started out this morning. Time lately. She's been my biggest fan, my biggest cheerleader. And still, there's that word, still, the love of my life and the girl of my dreams. And yet, we have walked through darker valleys than we ever imagined. And been on mountaintops we never could have imagined. A lot of those have inspired some of the songs that I've sung for you over the years. And because of God's faithfulness, not because we have it together. Listen, I've said it before, and I'll always say it because it's just true. And we always have been so committed to not pretending that we have it together, that we have it figured out. Because we just don't. And we're still two works in progress. But God has been faithful, and He has held us together. And these songs that I've written for my wife, because of His faithfulness, and because of my wife and her patience and her determination and just stubbornness along with me to just keep showing up, I get to still sing these songs that I wrote for her all the years that we've walked together. Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear, I will be here. If in the darkness I float, hold my hand and have no fear. 'Cause I will be here. I will be here when you feel like being quiet, when you need to speak your mind. I listen, and I will be here when the laughter turns to crying, through the winnings and the trying. I will be here. I will be true to the promise I have made to you and to the one who gave you to me. And just as sure as the seasons were made for change, our lifetimes were made for these years. So I will be here, we'll be together. Oh, yes, we will, 'cause I will be here. I will be here. But, yes, you know, when I wrote that song, I didn't have I had an idea. We'd been married about 5 years. And so I knew, you know, and we'd already been through a very dark valley when my mom and dad went through a divorce. And that was really what brought that song about, was just wanting to say this to my wife, because I could see the panic and the fear in her eyes, and I had it in my eyes. Like, you know, this has happened to my own family. And so I wrote that song. And as the years have gone by, a few years ago, I thought, you know, thankfully, the things I wrote in that song, even though there was a lot I didn't really even understand how deep some of those things were going to go. I would love to write another song for Mary Beth, kind of I Will Be Here 2.0, you know, where we are now. And so I did for an anniversary. I love this word together, and I'm so thankful that I get to use that word when I talk about Mary Beth and me and our journey. So I wrote this song for her a few years ago. Here we stand, and here we are, with all our wounds and battle scars, from all the storms and all the wars we've weathered together. We had no way of knowing when We started way back there, and then how the road would twist and turn and bend. We just knew we belonged together. And if it wasn't for God's mercy and His grace, there's no way we would be standing in this place. But because He has been faithful every step along the way, here we are together. Here we are together. But because He has been faithful every step along the way, here we are together. Here we are together when love takes you in. Everything changes. Miracle starts with the beat of the heart. When love takes you home, it says you belong here. Loneliness and a new life begins when love takes you in.
Every single child, every single person has an inherent worth.
Just years ago, we're going to take a little journey together here, all right? So, see if you remember these. I watched in silence as people passed me by, and a strange see there was something hidden in their eyes. But they all looked back at me as if to say, life just goes on and on. The old familiar story, told in different ways. Make the most of your own journey from the cradle to the this life alone can be. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Sometimes I wonder what He can do through me. No great success to show, no glory on my own, but in my weakness He is there to let me know His strength. His strength is perfect. His strength is perfect. I'm protected from the storm that rages. And when the waters rise, and I'm to hide on you, I find my place. Lord, in you, I find my hiding place. Be still and know that He's God. Be still and know He's faithful. I screamed till my voice was gone. I watched through the tears as everything came crashing down. Slowly panic turns to pain as we awake to rubbing pains. Sift through the ashes that are left behind. Buried deep in me, all these broken dreams we have this hope out of these ashes. Beauty will rise and we will dance above. away. Played our snare drum side by side in the middle school marching band Disney parade. Raised our money to ride the bus to Orlando, knocking on doors up and down the street, and selling those bars of the world's finest chocolate, splitting every third one between him and me. His skin was black, my skin was white, and the sky was blue and the future was bright, and the blood ran red in both our veins. We were looking at the world in living color. He moved away the first year of high school. No phones, no internet, so we just lost touch. But I think about him every now and then in marching band, laughing loud, windows down in the back row of the bus. And his skin was dark, my skin was light, but all we saw was a friend in each other's eyes. And the blood ran red in both our hearts. We were looking at the world in living color. To whatever song plays, without a care in the world. And I'm sitting here with the weight of the world on my shoulders. It's been a long day and there's still work to do. There's more than meets here. Dad, I need you. There's a ball I cast. I've been fighting. I need to practice my dancing. Oh please, Dad, please. So I dance with Cinderella while she's you in my heart. 'Cause I know something different than you. I dance with Cinderella. I don't wanna be singing one song. It's all too soon. Clock will strike midnight, and she'll be home. She says he's a nice guy. There's broken parts of our story. If we really believe his promises, if we can really just hold on to him, even when it doesn't make any sense, that he is working all things, even those parts of our story that are the most awful, the most broken, the most unredeemable, we would think. What God has promised in his word is that even those things, nothing will be wasted. And I know all of us carry heartache and heartbreak, pain, and sadness with us, waiting, aching, and longing. It's been a season of so much loss. Even for our family, it's brought back so much of the loss of almost 15 years ago. So I want to remind you before I let you go tonight, one last thought, one last thing that I want you to take from here, because it changes everything about how we're going to live the days that we have here, is what we believe and what we are hoping for beyond this life. And if we know what Jesus said to his disciples and to us, that we'll remember it tonight and take it out here when he said, yes, in this world, in this life, you're going to have trouble. Sometimes it seems like it's going to absolutely, utterly destroy you. Maybe you're in one of those seasons even now. Or maybe it's tucked deep, deep away, but it's so powerful and painful in your life. But Jesus didn't stop there with, sorry, too bad, bad news. In this world, you're going to really struggle. It's going to be hard. But eventually it'll all be over. that in this world you'll have trouble, but don't lose heart, because I'll be with you. I'll give you peace if you'll remember that I have overcome this world. I have conquered death, conquered the grave, conquered fear, and I am restoring all the broken things. The story is not over yet, brothers and sisters. So let me encourage you with that tonight before we go. To not lose heart. Another sleepless night, praying hope comes with the morning light. Right now you feel like you lost this fight. Fear screaming out your name. So you say, God help me. You wonder if he's even listening. Truth is, I'm wondering the very same thing. So you don't have to feel sure. Let me walk